boys? Today we are back, and in today's video I'm going to be going over UFC 327 that took place last night. This card was absolutely amazing. It was card of the year. It was event of the year. There was the fight of the year on it, and Blades vs. Hokit. I'll get into that. But this is what the UFC needed. A great fight night in Seattle last week, or 2 weeks ago, sorry. A shitty Apex card, but then we get this. This was card of the year. Let's get right into it. First fight of the night, Charles Radke versus Francisco Prado. This fight sucked. The start of this card was ass, but, obviously it got better, but this fight sucked. Charles Radke went out there, got tagged up by Prado in the first round a little bit, then got a takedown, just laid on him. Second round, same thing, just laid on him. Third round, same thing, just laid on him. So Charles Radke wins by boring decision, and then, says his thing on the mic, and people cheer, and the guy acts tough. He's 12-5 in the UFC, and he's fucking awful. So, yeah, anyway, moving on. And then I'll count my picks up at the end. Crafty Paulo Costa pick by me. Oh, my God, I can't believe I called that shit. The second the fight happened, I called that shit. Go rewatch. Please. I was the first one that said Paulo Costa would win. I'm going to get to that. Anyway, Vicente Luque versus Kelvin Gastelum. This one surprised me a lot. Gastelum looked great in that first opening 3 minutes, and then was pressuring Luque up against the fence. Luque lands a great uppercut, drops Kelvin, and then gets the sub. Just a nice little clubbing sub by Luque. Out at middleweight, Luque is like a small welterweight, so him fighting at middleweight was a little crazy to see, but Kelvin Gastelum finally made weight, and didn't even matter because he lost. Kelvin's finished. Luque didn't even look that good either. Kelvin was just beating him up on the feet. Landed a lucky uppercut. And then subbed Kelvin Gastelum pretty easily. This was a fun fight. I like this fight. This was probably the best fight on the early prelims, but yeah, nice win from Luque. Surprising. Moving on, Chris Padilla versus Markel Medeiros. This fight sucked. This fight was awful. This was a boring-ass fight. I almost fell asleep during it. This fight was not good. And Chris Padilla won the fight. They gave him a post-fight interview. And then a little bit later in the card, they said, nope, this was a scoring mistake. It was actually 28-28 and then 29-27, which is a majority draw. So this fight did end up in a draw. Neither of these guys deserved to win the fight, so I'm happy that it was a draw. This fight was terrible. This fight was shit. This fight was not good at all. That's really all I have to say. This fight was just not good. It was ass. It was a lot of clinch work. Just literally, they were in the clinch for half the time. Chris Padilla got cut really bad right here, and then just gave the most boring post-fight interview. So, fuck this fight. This fight was shit. Both of these guys look terrible, and there'll never be anything in the sport. Glad it was a draw. Moving on. Tatiana Suarez versus Lupi Godinez. Now, this was a nice little fight. I'm not going to lie. I actually enjoyed this fight. Lupi Godinez went out there in the first minute and just starched Tatiana Suarez pretty much. Dropped her, landed ground and pound. Great recovery by Suarez. And then she ended up getting a takedown, obviously, because she's great at wrestling. Got a takedown on got a takedown on Lupi Godinez after getting dropped badly. Controlled her for the rest of the first round. Second round came out, got another takedown, and then just finished her on the ground by rear naked choke. She's a beast, I'm not going to lie. I don't know how Zhang Weili just literally piled right through her, which is pretty impressive from Zhang Weili, but how did Tatiana Suarez not be able to get a takedown, but Valentina just absolutely destroyed Zhang Weili? I don't know. I'll never know that, but yeah, nice little fight. If Mackenzie Dern wins against Zhang Weili, which I'm guessing they're going to do that fight next, book Dern versus Suarez. And if Weili Zhang wins, just run a rematch, I guess. Or Suarez can fight maybe Dern or Jandiroba. Give Tatiana Suarez Dern or Jandiroba next. If Dern's still the champion, great. If she's not, that's fine. Or just give Suarez Jandiroba. I don't know if they've already fought, but I think that'd be a nice little next fight. But yeah, Suarez looked good. She got the sub in the second round. Moving on. Mateusz Gamrot versus Esteban Ribovics. I saw a lot of people picking Ribovics. I went with Gamrot. I said it would be domination, and that's exactly what it was. Gamrot's decent on the feet. Just how good is Charles Oliveira, boys? Holy shit, my GOAT is just fucking genuinely top 5 pound for pound. Anyway. Gamrot went out there and just dominated Ribovics. Like I said, Ribovics had fought nobody, went to a close decision. I'm pretty sure he lost as Daniel Zellhuber or just beat him by split or whatever. Lost to someone else, not high level. The guy literally had fought nobody, so I knew Gamrot would go out there and just dominate him. I predicted it. It happened. Gamrot took him down at will. Got the triangle choke in the second round. Got a lot of control time in the first round as well. Looked decent on the feet too. Gamrot's decent on the feet. I know Charles showed levels, but in the striking and in the grappling, of course, because my GOAT is not washed. My GOAT is definitely top 5 pound for pound. Only losses are to Ilya and Islam, the 2 pound for pound 1 and 2. So my GOAT Charles still has it. And this fight proved to me even more that he still has it because Gamrot just went out there, absolutely shut out Ribovics and made it look easy. Like I said, dominated him and get the triangle choke in the second round. So Gamrot wins, and I'm happy for him. I actually fuck with Gamrot. Moving on, Kevin Holland versus Randy Brown. This fight was okay. Like I predicted this to be the worst fight on the card. It didn't really happen. Medeiros versus Chris Taco was actually horrible, and Johnny Walker versus Dom Reyes wasn't even a fight. So I was wrong. This fight was better than those two, but at the same time, not the best. A lot of holding up against the cage from both guys. Randy Brown was landing decent shots in the first round. Cut Kevin Holland. Kevin Holland was landing decent shots. Landed a nice spinning elbow. I don't know. What can I say? You knew this fight was going to be ass. You knew there was not going to be a finish. This fight did nothing for me. Kevin Holland's honestly pretty annoying. I'm not even going to lie. I'm not even that big of a fan of him. And Randy Brown just isn't that good. He's got his leg chewed up. His leg was all welted up in the first round. Leg got chewed up. So, yeah, not a fan. Not a fan of either of these fuckers. And yeah, this fight was honestly boring as shit. I did pick Kevin Holland. Or no, I picked Randy Brown. Damn, I'm dumb as fuck. Anyway, moving on. Aaron Pico versus Patricio Pitbull. This fight was decent. Again, not the best. Like, the prelims of this card weren't the best. Gamrot and Tatiana Suarez had a good fight. Vicente Luque finish was good. Other than that, it wasn't that good. Aaron Pico looked great, though. Patricio Pitbull, how the fuck were you a double champion in Bellator? How the hell did you... Why are we giving Patricio Pitbull, like, Yair Rodriguez? Why are we giving Patricio Pitbull, Dan Ige, a chance to get into the rankings? This guy's fucking terrible. This guy's ass. And no disrespect to him. He seems like a nice guy, but he just doesn't have it. And he's not UFC level. He's too old. Give him one more fight and then honestly retire Pitbull. You just genuinely don't have it. But yeah, Aaron Pico wins. I'm happy for Aaron Pico. I fuck with Aaron Pico. He's like a all-out fighter. He goes to fucking finish someone or get finished. I thought he was going to finish Pitbull in that second round. He was landing clean shots, dropped him. Stayed patient, though. I like this from Pico, honestly. I would have liked him to go more for the finishes because that's just what I like. That's just what I prefer when watching fights, when people go for finishes. But with Pico, it's like, you can't really fucking press the action too much because your chin is just so glad. Like, watching Aaron Pico fight, you just know if one clean shot lands, like, he's fucked, so... Good patience from him. Schooled Pitbull for 3 rounds. Good performance. And yeah, nice win from Aaron Pico, and I fuck with Pico, so I was glad he won. Moving on, Cub Swanson versus Nate Landwehr. Cub Swanson goes out on top, finishes Nate Landwehr in round 1, which sucked to see because I'm a Nate Landwehr fan, Nate the Train fan, and I don't really fuck with Cub Swanson. I wasn't around when he was fighting, so I don't really see the hype around him. But he went out there and just dominated Nate Landwehr, dropped him twice, big right hand to end the fight. I thought it was an early stoppage, but then Nate Landwehr got up and was like fucking wrestling Herb Dean, so Nate Landwehr was fucking out of it, and Nate Landwehr's finished. His career's over. Doesn't have the chin for it, which sucks because he is one of the most entertaining fighters, but he's just going to be a punching bag the rest of his UFC career, which sucks because I do love Nate the Train. But this is more about Cub Swanson. He goes out there, gets the retirement finish. And yeah, good career, I guess. I don't fucking know. But, the old heads, the real, hardcore fans will appreciate this. I'm a newer 2020 fan, so I don't really see the hype in Cub Swanson, but congrats for getting a victory in your retirement fight. Moving on. All right, yeah, this was the worst fight of the night. What the fuck was this? Johnny Walker versus Dom Reyes had a staring contest. 10 headshots landed by Dom Reyes. 7 from Johnny Walker. What the fuck was this fight? I didn't care who won either way. Like, it really doesn't matter. Like, people are probably gonna say, "Oh, Johnny Walker," but like, it doesn't matter. This fight was a nothing fight. This was a staring contest. This was a fucking friendly sparring match. It was a leg kicking at range. Volkanovski, fucking Israel Adesanya Max fight. No, fuck it. Israel Adesanya's not in that category anymore. He had some stinker fights, but that fight with Joe Pyfer, he actually pushed the action and went for a finish. So this is a Volkanovski type performance. Something Volk would never do. Push for a finish. This is 2 Volkanovski fighters just sitting on the outside, leg kicking, jabbing every once in a while, just whiffing on shots. Yeah, it looked like Volk out there, just straight leg kicks, and just literally nothing, doing nothing, circling, standing, not doing squat shit, crowd booing, and yeah, Dom Reyes gets the win. Fucking awful fight, genuinely awful fight, but it doesn't matter because these 3 fucking fights delivered. Curtis Blades versus Josh Hokit. I'm gonna make a video about this separately. Josh Hokit, you have earned my respect. I still think you're cringy on the mic. I still don't like what you do on the mic, but holy fuck, you are a fucking badass fighter. And so was Curtis Blades. Credit to Curtis Blades. This was a back and forth war. In the first round, at least, Hokit goes out there. I'm gonna make a detailed video about this, so I'm not gonna speak too in depth about it, but I did not think Josh Hokit was this good. He literally fought 2 blobs in the UFC, 2 just literal cans, 2 guys that don't know how to fight, and he did beat them, but he didn't look that impressive to me. He didn't look that impressive, but holy shit, this dude's striking is on a different level, and he's supposed to be a wrestler. This dude's striking is on an absolute different fucking level. He was tagging Curtis Blades. Tagged him early in the first round. I thought Josh Hokit was going to finish Curtis Blades in the first round. I was like, holy fuck. But then Josh Hokit kind of blows his load. Goes out there and punches himself out. Gets really fucking tired. Curtis Blades come back. Curtis almost finishes Josh Hokit at the end of the first round. And then Josh Hokit pretty much just takes over in rounds 2 and 3. Even though he was dead fucking tired. Both these guys were dead tired. But Josh Hokit was like literally like, I thought every time Curtis landed, Josh Hokit would like, he was so tired, it looked like he was rocked, but he wasn't rocked. He was just so tired he could barely fucking move his arms and legs like correctly. So it was crazy to see. Yeah, this was one of the best fights of all time. This is one of the best fights I've ever seen, easily. It was fucking insane. The pace that these dudes put on, even while gassed, is fucking crazy. This is what fighting should be. If there's no finish, this is what fighting should be. Back and forth fucking war for 15 minutes, high pace, ton of strikes landed, no fucking grappling. I know Curtis Blades was going for takedowns, but he kind of had to. He was rocked. I don't discredit Curtis because I fuck with Curtis heavy. It kind of sucked watching him lose, especially to a guy like Hokit. But I have newfound respect for Hokit. I made a video saying, how does Josh Hokit have fans? I still don't understand how he had fans at that point. Now I understand because I'm a fan of Josh Hokit now. Fighting only. The mic skills is still annoying, and he called out Alex Pereira in a dumb way. But in the cage, this dude's a fucking savage. I fuck with Josh Hokit heavy in the cage. This dude is insane. Like, he's small as fuck too. He could easily be a 205 pounder, but he's fighting heavyweights. And he took Curtis Blades shots. Curtis Blades hits hard. Now, he doesn't hit as hard as Derek Lewis, which we found out Josh Hokit versus Derek Lewis is official for the White House, which is crazy. In my opinion, Josh Hokit should just sit out and not like train for a month. And then just like train really hard for 1 month for this fight because Derek Lewis is fucking awful. In my opinion, Josh Hokit's going to slime out Derek Lewis easily. Derek Lewis is a shell of himself. Now, if Derek Lewis lands a nice right hand on Josh Hokit, it might be different. Josh Hokit might go out, but Hokit's got a great chin and Derek Lewis like just doesn't punch in some fights and just looks like shitty. So I got Josh Hokit winning against Derek Lewis. But yeah, this fight was one of the best fights of all time. Insane fight. Exceeded my expectations for the fight because I thought Blades was just going to go out there and steamroll him quickly. But insane fight. Loved it. And yeah, fight of the night easily, fight of the year easily as well. Moving on, I called it. I absolutely called it from day fucking one this fight was announced. Go watch my UFC 327, when Dana White announced the fights. I literally said, Paulo Costa is going to be Azamat Murzakanov. I said it the second the fight got announced. This dude Murzakanov has fought nobodies. Alexander Rakic is not a good win in 2025, I'm sorry. That's not a good fucking win. That's a terrible win. That means nothing to me. This guy's fought nobody, and Paulo Costa's been in there with the best of the best. Paulo Costa has great kicks, so I knew he would be slamming the body kicks, the high kicks, the leg kicks, and that's what he did. Round 1, Paulo Costa looked amazing, hurt Murzakanov badly in round 1, didn't get the finish, stayed patient. Second round, Murzakanov came out and he was tagging Costa. I thought Costa was gonna Costa has an insane shin. That's also why I picked Costa early on. I knew he had an insane shin. I made a video about this on my channel saying Paulo Costa will dominate Murzakanov, which came true. It still didn't get any views, but who gives a fuck? But yeah, I knew the kicks would work. Murzakanov did look really good in that second round. I thought he was fucking tagging Costa. Costa ate every fucking shot, which was insane. His chin's genuinely insane. And then yeah, round 3, Murzakanov easily won that second round. Costa looked tired as fuck. Round 3, Costa came out, landed a huge head kick, broke Murzakanov's arm, landed another head kick, landed some punches, and then Murzakanov basically just quit after a head kick. Yeah, I loved it. I fuck with Paulo Costa heavy. He's one of my favorite fighters. And to see Murzakanov like lose, and I predicted it, it's like, oh my god, I was right. This guy's fought nobody. He's not high level. I'm sorry. He did look decent for a round, but Paulo Costa's just better in my opinion. So Paulo Costa won. I want him to stay at 205. Fuck it. Make him versus fucking Magomed Ankalaev for the fucking interim light heavyweight championship. Make that fight. That'd be insane. Costa Ankalaev for the 205 interim while Alberg is out with his injury. But yeah, good win by Paulo. I predicted it, and I was happy as shit. Moving on, Carlos Alberg versus Jiri Prochazka. This was sad. But I'm also really happy because I do fuck with Carlos Alberg now. I do. Jiri Prochazka goes out there and was chewing up. Carlos Alberg was chewing up Yuri's leg kicks, chewing up Yuri's legs. This fight was just Carlos Alberg obviously hurts his leg. We see it happen. We know his legs hurt. He throws a high kick on the fucking. Okay, that was dumb by Alberg. Why did he throw a high kick on the leg that his fucking leg was hurt? Obviously he went down. Jiri notices this. Jiri notices his leg is hurt. He's getting like pissed off. He's like pointing at the ground. He's like fucking mad that Carlos Alberg is hurt. And in my opinion, like I was thinking, I was like, damn, this is really how this fucking card's gonna end. This has been such a great card, and we're gonna get a fucking TKO like by injury. I didn't want Jiri to win that way, but I was like, damn, at least Jiri's gonna have the belt. Yeah, Carlos Ulberg throws a high kick with a shitty leg. He falls, and then like 10 seconds later, Jiri showing way too much mercy, and he said it after the fight. I showed way too much mercy too. Carlos Ulberg on one fucking leg, check left hook, drops, fucking folds Jiri Prochazka in half, lands ground and pound. Jiri goes out cold. Carlos Ulberg is the new UFC light heavyweight champion on one leg. What was Jiri doing, bro? Why did he sell? Why did Jiri sell? Jiri's one of my favorite fighters, but bro, I'm not that sad about this because, like, what the fuck was that? And I'm really happy for Carlos Ulberg. I became a Carlos Ulberg fan last night because he just didn't give up. His leg blew the fuck out, and then he fucking knocked Jiri Prochazka out. That's badass. And he gets finishes. Like, some of his fights have been boring. That fight with Jan Blachowicz was boring as shit. But he went out there and he finished Dom Reyes in the first round. Finishes fucking Jiri Prochazka in the fucking first round. Insane. Nobody KOs Jiri other than Alex Pereira. Carlos Ulberg lands an insane shot. Jiri gave him way too much respect after the injury. Jiri should have just went fucking at him and fucking annihilated him. That's what he should have done. Jiri Prochazka should have seen fucking Carlos Ulberg's leg, and that's what he was doing. He was kicking the other leg. He was fucking brutalizing both legs. And he got fucking like sad or mad that it was an injury, and he let his foot off the gas, and Carlos Ulberg knocked him the fuck out. Insane. Carlos Ulberg's the new UFC light heavyweight champion. He's gonna be out for a while, so I say make Ankalaev versus fucking Paulo Costa for like the interim or some shit. I don't know. Or maybe Jiri versus fucking run Jiri versus Ankalaev or Jiri versus fucking Costa. Those fights would be insane. I don't know. I'm sad Jiri lost, but I'm happy Carlos won because it was a good story. And yeah, crazy way to end the fucking fight. I'm gonna make a separate video about this, but yeah, Jiri Prochazka. Wow, it's weird seeing him go out cold other than Alex Pereira. Like, this dude literally beats everyone but Alex. So it was crazy to see. Carlos Ulberg, new champion. I'm happy for him, man. I'm now a Carlos Ulberg fan. So anyway, let's go through my picks. Charles Radke, I picked 1-0. 1-1, I picked Gastelum. 1-1-1. 2-1-1. 3-1-1. 3-2-1. 4-2-1. 5-2-1. 5-3-1. 5-4-1. 6-4-1. 6-5-1. Okay, I didn't do that good on predictions, but who cares? Because this card was an absolute banger. Card of the year, there's fight of the year on it. Moment of the year, maybe, with Carlos Ulberg blowing his knee out and then fucking annihilating Jiri Prochazka. That was insane. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you thought of the card in the comments. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.